It is August 12th, 2024. I wanted to give an update on one specific line item in the school budget that had a huge cut this year. Our school safety and mental health grants were cut drastically from $328 million last year down to $26.5 million this year. That's over a $300 million reduction in grants for our local schools for mental health and school safety. This is a big deal. I had a meeting recently with some school administrators. One of them pointed out, he said, what's the point in talking about all these other priorities, all this other funding, if we don't make sure our schools are safe and our kids get the mental health resources that they need? I'd have to agree with this administrator. I think if we look at the budget, there's plenty of other areas that were not as important that did get funded. So we need to revisit this before the school year begins, and most importantly, before the school's fiscal year begins on October 1st. I've been in the legislature for 7+ years now, and I've seen how these funding priorities for mental health and school safety have grown over my time in the legislature. After the tragedy in 2018 in Parkland in Florida, we had a big push to create some school safety grants. We've learned a lot over the years on how best to work with local schools, how those grants should work, what they should be used for. We've added school resource officers when I was appropriations chair in the House, and things went really well. And we saw our schools get a lot of the resources they need to make sure that their buildings are safe as they can be, and they have police officers in there, which in my opinion is the best way to make sure our schools are safe. When a school district partners with a local law enforcement agency, those local law enforcement agencies send their best. They don't just send officers that are there for the twilight of their career, at least not anything that I've ever seen. They send officers there that are the most relatable and can develop the best relationship with our kids. And I've been to numerous schools where those relationships are just so clear that they're going well. And then what happened during COVID? Well, we had a huge uptick in mental health issues with our kids, anxiety, depression, you name it. We knew it was an issue, so we came out with some grants that school districts could use. We tried to be as decentralized as possible. Schools could use the funding for what they thought would work best. That could be social workers, counselors, whatever they thought that they needed in their local area to address mental health concerns, keeping our kids in school and keeping them on track. So we've had a huge shift here. This is what was really surprising about this year is usually the governor and the House and the Senate put their proposals out there, and then the bills go to conference committee, negotiations happen, and generally speaking, doesn't always work this way, but you at least try to have your best parts of each proposal come together in the final. Well, everybody was blindsided by this one. Nobody was expecting this drastic of a cut for school safety and mental health. So we still have time. We have time to fix this, and we have to. Because if we don't, what are the consequences going to be? I've already talked to administrators who have said, look, we're concerned we're going to have to cut out our school resource officers. We're concerned that we're going to have to lay off social workers that we've hired over the years. That's not acceptable. We have to come together. The Democrats need to come together with the Republicans and get this back on track because there still is time to make sure we do what's best for kids. So just wanted to give a quick update on this very important item. I appreciate your time, and thank you, and God bless.